You didn't want to be in there? I was like, I will be wearing black.
Everyone's fine. It's fine.
I like how you coordinated that.
We didn't even mean to.
I know. I showed up and I'm like, we look the same.
Nice, but not like.
Not like,
Not
yeah,
matchy,
not
matchy.
in your
like,
face.
what are you
Yeah.
wearing tomorrow? Just good tasting.
We should go do family pictures.
Yeah, we could. We really could with our masks, with our,
Yes.
with our underwear on our face.
I have a friend who did her pictures and she had matches in one of them.
Oh, funny.
To
Well, might as well
remember,
acknowledge the time.
Right.
time of our lives. Yeah, yeah.
Okay, so are you started?
Yep, whenever you're ready.
Okay. So I'm Elizabeth Hutchins, and I'm a public affairs specialist for Melissa Memorial Hospital. I deal primarily with activities and external and internal communication. I do a lot of the event planning. I also do students and anything that comes through the facility in terms of shadowing and ideas like that. I really enjoy working with students. I like having the ability to kind of drive and guide them to their next adventure, I like to call it. I have found that a lot of students find what they like to do when they try something new. So I've had students that come in and they just thought they were going to be a nurse. And that's great because we always need nurses. But once they go into the nursing department, they realize quickly they can't handle like bodily fluids. And you have to be able to do bodily fluids as a nurse. So I will, kind of steer them towards something else. So I've had a child that went into, a student I should say, that went into the lab, and he loved it, and he really found his niche. And now going to college, he graduated this year, that's what he wants to do. He's going to go and do some, he wants to do research, he wants to do medical research, and I'm so excited because who knows, you may have found it otherwise, but I like to think that myself and MMH were a part of helping him find where he should be in the world. And we always need people that are passionate about their subjects, and it doesn't have to be just medical. So I think that if you have the opportunity, you should always jump on it. So I'm always excited to have students and just people in general come through the hospital and kind of get an experience for it. So at MMH, we have roughly 64 different positions within the hospital. So most people think of doctors and nurses when they come to MMH, and obviously I work here and I'm not a doctor or a nurse. I don't do bodily fluids at all. I love working to help the community. I love working in nonprofit. I really, really enjoy serving my community and hopefully just improving it and making it a better place for everyone who lives here. And I feel like what I do does that a little bit because I help promote what we have within the hospital and hopefully bring new things in and just let everyone know that we're here to care for them and what they can get done here and how we can help them get done what's not here. So we'll start the tour now. So this is our wonderful facility. It's been open for roughly 12 years. We have been within the community for over 100 years now. And our first facility was downtown, and it is now currently Dr. Brandt's office. And the radio station and things like that are in there as well. And so we went from there to another one that's on Baxter. And then, like I said, we've been here for roughly 12 years. This is a very new facility for out in this region. We're really proud of it. We take really good care of it, and we all really appreciate having a nice new facility. So this is our admissions area, which we just reopened after having COVID-19. So this is where people check in. There's also financial counseling and things like that there. So we'll start down this hallway. As you can see, a lot of our community, 45% of our community is Hispanic. So we focus largely on making sure that we have dual languages for as much as possible. So that's signage and anything we communicate outside of the building as well. We also have a team of individuals that work here that are translators, and they are amazing to help out to make sure that it's just that one-on-one. We're not currently doing that with COVID-19, but someday we'll get back to that. So this is admissions. So that's where we have like our CFO and our CEO and things like that. So these are our 2 meeting rooms. We also do some community education. We've had the judge, our local judge, who serves on the Phillips County board. She has come and we've had a judge who comes and she taught us about investing in your future and taking care of yourself in the future, and she is open to doing that. It's Judge Kelly, actually. This is our chapel and cardiac rehab. As you move farther along, this is laboratory. This is self-contained within the building. And this is physical therapy, which is in the same room space as cardiac rehab because they do a lot of the same activities. We have multiple physical therapists on staff and one dedicated cardiac rehab manager. This is a family waiting area, and physical therapy has started to creep into it because we are quite busy. So those are stairs that help people need to learn how to do functional activities like walking upstairs, so after knee surgery and stuff. So this is our hospital wing section. We are a 15-bed critical access hospital. And through those doors is our Wanda Wernette Bradford Cancer Center. So what we do is infusions and cancer treatments. That's something that's only been open since about the beginning of the year, and it is something that's new and very exciting for us. It does require an RN to do it, and then you get certified as a RN, chemotherapy certified RN. So, and our finance is also through there. Station. We also have our inpatient pharmacy, and this is where our foundation board director lives. She has her little office on the other side of that half wall. She does a lot of nonprofits and fundraising for us. These are our 2 ER bays. We also have Holyoke EMS, which is another place that people can start if they're interested in medical and just kind of get a feel for what they're doing. They have largely, it is paid, but it is volunteer, so you need drivers and these things like that. So even if you're not a medical oriented person, that is some way you can serve your community is by driving an ambulance. It doesn't require a CDL or anything. So also back there is finance, which I always like to tell children and kids and high schoolers and things like that when I give them the tours is that we have everything from you can come straight out of high school and work here. You don't have to have special training. We also have all the way up to a surgeon who does, 10, 12 years of education. So we have everything from the beginning to the end. We don't expect you to come in with education. MMH will also help you with education. You'll have to sign a contract saying that you'll stay and work for us to help pay it off, but that is something that is an availability. Through those doors, you can see our MRI truck, which is full-time, and that is another service that we offer to the community that is fairly new. It's been here for about 2 years. That requires a RadTech degree and then certification in MRI. And a RadTech radiologic technology degree is about 2 years in a community college. And that is something that we would help you with. And there's many options through that department. There's ultrasound, there's x-ray, there's MRI, there's lots of options. So that's something that if you don't feel like maybe college is your path, but you want to do something that longevity will help you, radiology is a great place to go. Nursing is another degree that's only roughly 2 years. There's HIM coding. We have many, many jobs within this facility that don't require, it's not a 4-year degree. Radiology is through there. This is our surgery department. It's contained within the building. That is another position which also you could come straight from high school and go and have education on learning how to do cleaning items and being a surgical tech, things like that. Those are things you can learn some on the job, and then you can go get certified. And then the more certification you get, and the more educated and the more skilled you are, the more money you can make. The more, if you did want to go on somewhere else, that it's a good stepping stone as well. So now we're on the other side of the boardroom and the group room that we were in earlier. This is our main time clock area. We have housekeeping, another position. It is a position that we contract, so that's not through us, but we can put you in touch with someone if that's what they're interested in. It's also a good entry-level position. It is a key position within the hospital. So as much as important as a doctor is, so is our housekeeper. A surgeon doesn't know how to clean his own OR. So I always tell people every single position within this hospital is necessary because it builds on something else. So it's the, you know, the incredible story about cogs in a wheel and the clock theory. So there's lots of options, there's lots of availability, lots of paths that you can take to get where you want to go. So we also have IT in this hallway. IT is another position that it can be a 4-year degree, it can be a 2-year degree. It depends on what you're interested in doing long term. We have our dietary department and materials management. Hello. The materials management is our home for all of our activities. It's our home for all of our storage facilities for pieces and parts to different. So for surgery, that's where they store all the surgical pieces. They store backups for the clinic as well. Anything that any department needs that needs to be safely contained, because that door locks. This is our dietary department. So dietary is also another one of those that you can come into as without having any sort of an education, but then it's something that you can build on. So you can learn dietary, and you can go get certified for being a dietitian, and it's things that you can start there and then work your way up. So we go through here. This is our area where we house all of our awards, and then this gives our story. So if anybody is ever interested, this gives our story of where we started. So this is Dr. Brandt's office that I mentioned, and then the Pregnancy Resource Center's in there. This was our second facility on Baxter, and this is our new facility. We also had a renovation that was completed in 2012. Because once you move in, you almost always outgrow everything. This is our business office, and we also have, that's the other side of admissions. You're getting a tour. HIM is Health Information Management, also known as medical records. So that is where they code and make sure that all the things that go out to be billed for are put in correctly so that they go through insurance and, can you go, sorry.
We are the best department.
So health information management does a lot of medical billing and coding. That's where they all live. Those are positions that you can come straight out of high school and get education while you're on the job. So again, something that you don't have to have a college degree for, but it will help you build, and then you can grow from there. And it also gets you a baseline for finding out what you're interested in. So this is our retail pharmacy area. So this is for our community. We don't have a pharmacy within the community, so that one opened, I think we're at 4 years now. Pharmacy tech is another position that you cannot have a high school degree. Come here, start work, and get your education doing that. A lot of jobs have education that you can get online and maybe do some clinicals outside of that. This is our check-in area for our rural health clinic, the Family Practice of Holyoke. This is also our area for the specialty clinic. So we have 15 specialists that visit every month. And typically my students and shadowing don't have anything to do with them, but they sometimes bring shadows with them. So that is an option if someone was interested in, orthopedics and things like that, you can shadow with them. So we have Coumadin Clinic here. We do general family practitioner care. We have 3 family nurse practitioners and 1 medical provider that's a medical doctor on staff. I think that about wraps it up. I think. Yeah, we don't have dental and optical.